right, friends, Doc South here, getting ready to head off to work. And gee, at work there, well, I work for a supermarket locally, and they in Acme, and they're kind of tomorrow for Veterans Day. They're kind of honoring their the people that might be veterans there that work there, and it's kind of tickled. And I do qualify as a veteran, even though honestly I don't feel like I should, but I guess yeah, I am in theory a veteran. Didn't get to serve much, being discharged kind of early in the my term of service. But when on paper I am a veteran, and I've always felt bad about that, especially back when it first happened. Frankly, it kind of well. To quote the vernacular of the day, it kind of sucked. And but I did actually. I feel like I took care of it by joining a rescue squad down south in Wilson, North Carolina, the Wilson Rescue Squad, back in the oh gosh, that would have been the late '70s into the early '80s, and there we got more than our share of action. We may have actually seen more gunshots at that squad than the typical corpsman might, unless there was a war going on. I mean, yeah, boy, Wilson Saturday night, look out, mama. and but one day I remember it was a Sunday night. I had the duty that night, and we got a call. Go out on Highway 301, a little bit south of town. Someone's just crashed his car, and it looks pretty bad. And we went in, well, of course, got down there in lickety split, and darned if there wasn't. It was a car full of Marines. Yeah, they were heading back to Camp Lejeune, flying through Wilson at just slightly under the speed of sound, because if they didn't get there in time, they had sergeants to deal with. Yeah, so yeah, if they weren't there for the morning muster, it could get ugly, right? And well, they cracked up their car, and one of the Marines had a very bad fracture of I believe it was his right leg. It would be the femur bone, and I think some of his shin bones too were nailed, and may have twisted his ankle. He got hit pretty good, and the police ignored the case of beer that was in the car, and just said, I guess they called the Marine Corps, and they came and got most of the guys, but the other guy had to stay. We had to take him to the hospital. The other guys were reasonably all right. But we got the one who was injured into the hospital, and he was in the ambulance, and I was in the back of the ambulance with him. And I said, "So how you doing, son?" And he says, "Oh man," he says, "this really hurts." I said, "Well, before we took off, we got him into a traction splint, which kind of pulls all the bones away from each other and tends to make the pain at least tolerable." We weren't quite yet qualified to give him any painkiller, but we said, "We're not far from the hospital, and they'll dose you up with some painkiller. You won't be hurting much longer, and hopefully that gave you some ease putting you in that traction splint." Well, he said it hurt like hell while you were doing it, but now that now that it's all in place, I gotta say I do feel better. I thank you. And I said, "Well, you're the first Marine I ever took care of." And he said, "Well, yeah, the corpsmen normally do this." I said, "Yeah, I wanted to be one and didn't work out, but I don't know." We got to talking, and he was grateful. He says, "Well, you can sort of qualify as a corpsman. I'm a Marine." I said, "Yeah, so that's cool." And it worked out. He says, "Can I get to my base by tomorrow morning?" I said, "Yeah, I don't think you're going to be going to any base tomorrow morning. Maybe they'll come get you and take you down, to the base hospital, but you're not there tomorrow morning. I don't think. They're going to be working on you, getting all these, and you'll be out cold. You might wake up at Camp Lejeune, but yeah, I don't think you're going to know you're going. Not just yet." And he says, "Oh man," I says, "Man, you got some bad fractures. What were you guys doing?" "Well, we're doing about 110." I said, "Yeah, that's what I thought." But anyway, I did. Yeah, the guy got in there okay. No major, except for the horrible fracture. He was reasonably okay. And I remember thinking how, when we went to lift him out of the ambulance, the stretcher and all that. Yeah, I said, "Man, you Marines sure are heavy." "Yeah," he says, "we're all muscle." I said, "Yeah, you are. Ain't no fat on you, pal." And but we got him in good shape, and he thanked us all. Doggone it! So I guess I did at least one time corpsman duty. No one. Well, now wait a minute. It was Wilson. Now and then there might have been some people shooting. One place, somewhere or another in town. Although that was usually reserved for Friday and Saturday nights. Yes, you had to keep Sunday holy. Yeah. I don't know. I loved it down there though. They were great people, wonderful folks. But there you go. So I guess I did help one Marine, and I think I seem to remember there was one other case, but it wasn't too bad. It was we got called, but no one was really hurt beyond bruises and stuff. And so I guess can't count that one. They they just somehow or another called the base, and the base came and got them. But anyway, I just thought or they got a bus. Yeah, it might have been something like that. But it worked out. Anyway, I thought I'd just say, so again, Veterans Day, to all the veterans. And honestly, I think they ought to count firemen and rescue and police too, because frankly, there's a lot of times those guys go out on calls and they don't come back. It's pretty tough doing some of that work. Anyway, I thought I'd say, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and God bless. Bye now.